The lunch invitation. On a Sunday afternoon, Jaya stared at the message from her daughter for a long time before replying.
Lunch tomorrow, ma?
Just family. That heart emoji made her uneasy. Her daughter Ria never used hearts unless she wanted something. Still, Jaya agreed. At 72, she hadl learned that silence often revealed more than confrontation. And lately, something inside her had been whispering that her children were changing around her like weather before a storm. The next afternoon, her driver dropped her outside an expensive restaurant in South Mumbai. White tablecloths, crystal glasses, soft piano music floating through the air. The kind of place people used when they wanted bad news to sound elegant. Ria stood the moment she saw her. "Ma," she said brightly, kissing her cheek. Her son Manu pulled out her chair with unusual politeness. Even Vikram, her son-in-law, smiled warmly. Too warmly. Jaya sat slowly, placing her black Chanel handbag on her lap. "You look tired, Ma," Ria said gently. There it was. The opening move.
Jaya smiled faintly.
"I'm 72, beta. Not dead." Everyone laughed a little too quickly. Menus arrived. Drinks were ordered. And for 10 full minutes, they behaved like loving children. They asked about her sleep, her knees, her medicines. Then Vikram leaned forward. "Ma," he said carefully, "we've been thinking about your future." Jaya said nothing. "We found a beautiful senior living place," he continued. "It's peaceful. Full medical support. Yoga classes, temple services, gardens. Crochet lessons too," Ria added brightly. Jaya looked at her daughter's smiling face. A strange numbness spread through her chest. "Why would I need that?" she asked softly. Arjun reached for her hand. "We worry about you, Ma. You've been forgetting things lately." Forgetting. That word almost made her laugh out loud. Because the truth was far uglier. For the last 2 months, Jaya had been pretending. Pretending to forget appointments. Pretending to confuse names. Pretending to lose small items. It had begun as a test. A quiet experiment. She wanted to know whether her children would become protective, or opportunistic if they believed she was weakening. Now she had her answer. Served beside imported wine and grilled fish. "When do I move?" she asked calmly. The relief on their faces disgusted her. "Tomorrow morning," Ria said quickly. "We've already arranged everything." Everything. Without asking her. Without consulting her. Without even pretending she still owned her own life. "And my properties?" Jaya asked. The table fell silent. The Bandra flat? The farmhouse in Pune? The rental shops? Vikram glanced at Manu. Manu folded his napkin tightly. Ria patted her mother's hand like soothing a child. "You don't need stress anymore, Ma. We'll manage everything for you." Manage. Such a clean word for theft.
Jaya smiled softly.
"Of course," she said. The entire table relaxed. They thought she had surrendered. That evening, Ria insisted on staying overnight. At 10 o'clock, Ria entered her bedroom carrying warm Haldi milk. "Drink this, Ma," she said gently. "It'll help you sleep." Jaya accepted the glass. The powder inside had not dissolved properly. A chalky residue floated near the rim. Sleeping tablets. Her own daughter had drugged her milk. Ria smiled, kissed her forehead, and left the room. The moment the door closed, Jaya walked calmly to the window and poured the entire glass into the money plant outside. Then she sat silently in darkness, waiting. At 11:17 p.m., voices floated upstairs from the kitchen. Jaya removed her slippers and stepped quietly into the hallway. "The Bandra flat alone is worth 8 crore now," Arjun whispered. Vikram answered eagerly. "The farmhouse will sell immediately. Once she's declared mentally unfit, legal control becomes easy." Jaya gripped the railing. Then came Ria's voice. "Put her somewhere cheaper after the first month. She won't even notice." The words sliced through her harder than any knife. This was the same daughter who once cried whenever Jaya left her at school. The same son whose education she had paid for by selling her wedding jewelry after becoming widowed at 38. Now they were dividing her life like scavengers. Then Vikram said quietly, Tomorrow morning, we get her signature. If she refuses, we force it. Something inside Jaya died then. Not love, not grief, nor hope. She returned silently to her bedroom and locked the door. Then she began to move.
No sutkas.
Suitcases made noise. Instead, she packed only essentials into her old black Chanel handbag. Passport, original property papers, jewelry, cash. For months she had been preparing quietly. Every forgotten password, every lost debit card, every banking mistake. All an act. While her children believed her memory was fading, she had been slowly transferring money, creating backup accounts, and speaking privately with a lawyer in Singapore. At midnight, she opened the hidden tablet beneath her crochet basket. Vikram had changed her primary email password months ago. He thought she never noticed. But he never knew about the second email, or the international trust already prepared in her name. By 2:43 a.m., every accessible rupee vanished beyond their reach. Accounts emptied. Authorities reassigned. Power of attorney cancelled. Ownership structures transferred. By sunrise, there would be nothing left for them to steal. Then Jaya prepared one final surprise. She placed 3 thick folders neatly on the kitchen island. Fake copies of property documents. Beautifully prepared. Worthless. At 4:10 a.m., she left the house through the back gate.
No servants.
No driver.
No goodbye.
Only cold Mumbai air and silence. 3 streets away, a private taxi waited beside a tea stall. The driver loaded Jaya luggage. "Airport, madam?" he asked. "Yes," Jaya replied. "International terminal." As dawn broke, she sat inside the airport lounge drinking expensive coffee while watching live security footage from her home on her phone. At 8:31 a.m., the front door burst open. Manu entered first. Vikram second. Ria behind them. None of them came upstairs looking for her. None called out, "Ma." None checked whether she was safe. Instead, they rushed directly to the study. Jaya watched her son pry open her safe. Watched Vikram grin while examining the fake documents. Watched her daughter wrap family silver in newspaper. Boxes appeared. Silk saris. Pearls. Crystal lamps. Her dead husband's watch. They weren't helping her move. They were looting her before sunrise. Then her phone vibrated. A message from Ria. "Good morning, Ma. Red Heart ready for your new home? We'll come help you pack in 10 minutes. Sent while standing inside her mother's house, stealing her jewelry. Jaya stared at the message for several seconds. Then the boarding announcement echoed through the airport. Flight to Singapore. First class. She stood slowly, adjusted her sari, and smiled for the first time in months. 3 years earlier, she had secretly purchased a sea-facing villa in Singapore through a private company name none of her children knew existed. A place with white balconies and ocean wind. A place where nobody waited for her to die. Before switching off her phone, she opened the family group chat and typed, "The crochet classes sound lovely, beta. But I think I'll enjoy this moment the more." By the time you read this, every account you hope to control is gone from your reach. The originals are safe. The lawyers have instructions. And the woman you thought was confused was simply watching carefully. You mistook patience for weakness. You mistook age for helplessness. And worst of all, you mistook a mother's love for blindness. Do not try to find me. Enjoy the copies. With love, Ma. Then she turned off her phone forever. And as the aircraft lifted above Mumbai's waking skyline, Jaya looked out at the clouds and felt something she had not felt in years. Freedom. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel for more such interesting stories.